Jo, jag läste en gång om en mormor i en tidning som hade tagit som sin livsuppgift att uppfostra sina barnbarn till att bli medlemmar i Klu Klux Klan. De skulle alltså lära sig att hata judar och svarta och invandrare bland annat. Jag gjorde ett reportage om den här kvinnan när barnen var små. Hon sydde såna här små vita Klu Klux Klan-kåpor till dem och tog med dem på såna här otäcka korsbränningar som vi var med och filmade. Och sen 10 år efteråt så åkte jag tillbaka för att se hur det hade gått. Blev barnbarnen medlemmar i Klu Klux Klan eller blev de inte det? Och jag kan säga att det är det absolut värsta reportage jag någonsin gjort. Jag mådde så fruktansvärt dåligt av att vara i den här miljön där alla bara spottade ur sig fördomar hela tiden. Det var så här hatisk, obehaglig miljö verkligen. Och den stora frågan var alltså, hur gick det för barnbarnen?
These children that they're not supposed to sleep on the sidewalk and eat out of a garbage can.
Are you proud to be white? You're supposed to be proud of your race. You ain't supposed to mix it up and shame it.
So this is my favorite one. And then, you know, the nicest one is the cross.
When 10% of the white men in this country join together under the name of the Ku Klux Klan, the niggers will be jumping in the ocean trying to swim back to Africa.
So tired, babe. Being your slave both night and day.
You ain't no better than these two communist scumbags over here. You ain't no better than these niggers in Somerville. And you ain't no better than the low-life Mexicans we got hanging around in Gainesville.
För drygt 10 år sedan så besökte jag Darlene Carver, mamma och mormor, som såg som sin främsta uppgift i livet att lära sina barn och barnbarn rasism och hat mot svarta och judar. And was it hard to convince your children to participate?
They were small then. Brooke was just a small baby, just a little bitty baby. And so, you know, they went to rallies and demonstrations, things with us, so they just followed in behind us, and I guess they liked it. Mm-hmm.
Då jobbade Darlene som telefonist och familjen bodde i Gainesville i Georgia. Darlenes man Daniel, han hade dömts för diverse våldsamheter och förbjudits att framträda offentligt. Så därför hade Darlene fått en mer aktiv roll i klanen, som de kallade den.
And you ain't no better than the low-life Mexicans we got hanging around in Gainesville.
To me, when I hear you, you know, I get afraid because I think you are creating a war against people. Yeah.
No, we're not creating a war. We're only trying to keep our race to its own.
We want these two scumbags to take a lot of these Taco Bell-eating Mexicans with them because we are tired of the scum like this. Yeah.
Why do you think these people have these opinions?
Most of them probably because of the way they were raised. And unfortunately, they're going to raise their children the same way.
Are you afraid of them?
No. I pity them and pray for them.
They got a lot of interesting things. You know, they do. I've heard about them over the years of my life, my father and my grandfather and all them and everything. And this is our first meeting we've attended.
Do you agree with the Klan?
Some of it. I mean, some of it, they got good things, some of them hadn't. So I'm just trying to see what it's all about.
So what do you agree with?
Well, I don't believe in black and whites mixing. I
no comment. I'm just saying you're in the wrong place to be talking about the Klan. This is a small southern town. Klan originated from small southern towns.
You can take a nigger out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of a nigger. It's bred into them. They're meant to be that way, and we can't stop it. And one day, the white man again is going to have to attack the niggers in self-defense this time. It was self-defense with the Indians. And we're going to have to defend ourselves against the niggers, and again, the white man will win.
So you see in the future that there's going to be a lot of violence?
There's going to be a lot of violence. There's going to be a race war.
Keep on trying to rock these blues away.
Jag tror att det här är absolut mest skrämmande jag har varit med om som journalist någon gång. Att höra deras predikningar som är fyllda av hat, våld, rasism och galenskaper gör att det går kalla kårar ut med ryggraden. Om en stund så ska de tända korset och det är alltså deras absoluta högtidsstund. För oss andra är det bara en fasa. Man önskar att det var på bio och inte på riktigt. Men det är det, här i Georgia i USA. Efter 11 år så åker jag tillbaka till Gainesville för att se vad som har hänt med familjen Carver. Gainesville ser betydligt modernare ut på ytan, men stämningarna är de samma. Här har Ku Klux Klan alltid haft ett starkt fäste. Klanen grundades 1865. Målet är vit makt och för att uppnå det så har Ku Klux Klan mördat och terroriserat svarta. Och de spektakulära korsbränningarna gör man för att samla krafterna mot alla som är emot Kristus och mot den vita rasen. När jag kommer hem till Darlene så firar de just äldste sonen Homers födelsedag. Han och hans syskon är alla aktiva i klanen idag. Men hur har det gått för Darlenes barnbarn? Det är det jag undrar allra mest över.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Y'all watch NASCAR?
So where do you think this opinion that black people were of less worth and worse than white people, where did that belief come from?
Years ago, my mother and father went to the welfare office and applied for what we call food stamps. And that's things, I don't know if you know what that is now, but you get those to help you with your groceries. They had very little income. And they wouldn't give my mother and father but $10 worth of food stamps. But right there in the same room was a nigger woman. And because she had 5 or 6 kids, she got $400 or $500 worth of food stamps. Our elderly white people can't get it because all these young girls is getting out having these babies. My parents couldn't get no help, but all these niggers can get it.
Like maybe around 30% income tax.
Are you happy with the way you have brought up your children and grandchildren?
Yeah, I think all my children have been successful. They all own their own homes, which is the American dream. And I'm happy with it.
And with their beliefs when it comes to racial issues?
I'm proud to take any one of my grandchildren and walk downtown because they're all white. They all look just like me.
Here's a picture of one of the marches that we went to. And there's me whenever I was little. And my mom and my aunt and my little brother.
And do you remember?
I remember it a little bit, but not much. But I've been to the rallies before where they light the cross and everything.
And what did you think about it?
It's stupid. It's just a bunch of rednecks and everything going around yelling and screaming, and then they light the cross and they're all in the suits, and I think it's stupid.
How do your friends react to your family being members of the KKK?
They all think it's cool, but I don't...
How cool?
Like, they all think that, like, I don't know, they're always wanting to come over and meet Daniel, my grandfather, because they think it's really cool that, because they're all pretty much racist too, so.
So would you say the majority here are racist?
Yeah, there's a pretty good bit of them that are racist.
tydligt att det har gått bra för familjen Carver sen jag var där rent ekonomiskt. Deras gamla grannar påstår att familjen tvingades flytta från Gainesville i samband med sommar-OS i Atlanta för att myndigheterna ville inte ha Ku Klux Klan folk där då, och att de fick betalt för att flytta. Men själva så säger de att Daniels takläggningsfirma har gått så bra så att de har fått råd inte bara att bygga sitt eget hus utan även hus till sina barn.
Would you say that the KKK still has an influence here?
No, not down here since we moved.
Do you miss them?
Well, in a way.
Why?
Well, they was always nice, and if you needed anybody, they were there. Like my sister's house burned up over there. They were the first of the neighbors down here.
And at the same time, they're full of hatred for black people.
I don't believe they're really that. Deep down there, not like, you know, hateful like that. It's just some things that happened to Carver that's the reason he's like that. Well, not personally to him, but some of his family.
Do you know what happened?
Yeah, but I ain't gonna say.
How do you view the KKK yourself?
Well, I think in America, everybody has a right to free speech. And I think that that right is something that is, you know, vigorously defended here. I think you just have to, you know, if you don't agree with the message that's being sent, I think that's something you have to decide for yourself.
Hard time yet and where you go, has it harder than ever been before.
They don't have no handrails up, so you'll have to just go. But see, I've collected dolls for years.
How many dolls?
Probably 2,000 at least.
And how many years?
For a lot of years. More like 20 years ago. 20 years.
And how do your granddaughters react on these dolls?
Oh, they love them. This is my black section. I have Martin Luther King. I have Colin Powell. I have, there's Michael Jackson. I have a lot of Michael Jacksons.
He's very white.
Yes, very white. This is my grandpa,
I don't play with
my
dogs.
grandma dolls.
This one here is keep an eye on the colored section.
I have a Klan doll. I have this Klan doll. It takes care of all these nigger dolls.
When you meet the Carver family and hear what they say, I mean, it's so full of hate. Would you say are they dangerous?
Of course. Of course, any types of these groups that advocate such extreme hate and racism, anti-Semitism, discrimination, their words are oftentimes backed up with action.
Why do you think he has such hatred?
Well, I don't know. It's just very difficult as what he's experienced in his life, and I think the things that I've experienced in my life has molded me in a certain way, and yourself, and also with Danny, and what it's been. I don't know. I feel like that. Maybe something will touch Danny one day and he'll look back on his life and maybe wish he'd taken some other paths.
De har kvar sitt kontor nere i stan och där säljer de Ku Klux Klan-prylar via postorder och internet. Klistermärken, skivor och skrifter, kåpor, t-shirts och märken att brodera på skjortan.
So these are used robes that when I take my grandkids places, I just grab them a robe. I've got new ones that I sell, robes I sell them for $100 a piece. Except for children robes, they're a little cheaper.
So who used that one?
One of my grandyoungers uses this. And here's the little patch. This is a little smaller than the big one because the robe is so small they use a littler patch. It's got the little face mask and everything on it. Just like the grown-ups, except little.
So what did they think of wearing it this morning?
They like it.
Yeah?
Yeah. All children like to dress up.
What's happened to the membership since I was here last?
Oh, it's got bigger. It gets bigger. More people want to be undercover. They're in there supporting and doing, but they don't want to be out in the public.
So you really didn't have a lot of experience of other kinds of people when you were growing up?
No, we never went to school with niggers or Mexicans or nothing when I went to school.
So you really didn't know a lot about them then?
No. Only in National Geographic magazines. You know, you've seen how they lived in Africa. Exactly. That's the only time I ever seen one hardly, except, you know, for the one that would come home to the house and do the laundry. I mean, they didn't even live close to the neighborhood, and we was very poor, but they didn't live in they had their own little, what we call the little black shanties, you know, where they lived on their own part of town.
So what do you think about Jews?
I think they probably feel pretty bad they killed Jesus Christ. I mean, they're murderers.
But how do you think it makes me feel the way you go on about Jews when my children are Jewish?
Well, I'm sure it doesn't make you feel well. But then, you know, it's just like life. It's your job to interview me. It's my job to tell you my true feelings. So we just have to do it. And you know, and I don't want to hurt you. And I definitely would never hurt your children.
But you are hurting me.
Well, I'm sorry if I hurt you, but I mean, you know, I've got to tell you my true feelings. You ask, and I'm going to tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. And my honesty does not always make everybody happy. It's not going to make you happy. It's going to make you sad. But you know what? That's the way life goes. A lot of things makes me very sad, too. And I have to live with that.
Is the dog dangerous? Are you sure?
Go get that car. Go get it. It's outside. Hurry, you.
Watch him there, baby. He's a good dog. General, lay down for us.
You want to be a nigger or be dead?
He wants to be dead. Train that dog, didn't you?
I just had to put in a new field line for septic and sewage.
I was born in Columbus, Georgia, but we moved to Gainesville, Georgia, when I was, I'd say, about 7 years old.
And what did your parents do?
Construction work, roofing.
And how many sisters and brothers did you have?
How many what?
Sisters and brothers?
I had 5 sisters and no brothers.
5 sisters?
I only got 4 living now because a nigger killed one of my sisters. I saw a bunch of niggers, a gang of them. She worked at a store that got robbed in Houston, Texas, and they shot her and killed her. There was 2 girls there, and the other one lived and said it was 3 niggers, but I don't know if they ever even caught them or not. If they did, they didn't let us know.
When was this?
It was, I think, back about 1980, 80 or 81.
When did you become a member of the Klan?
About the same time, about 1980, 81.
And your sisters, what happened to them?
Well, they just didn't work. Well, they have alcohol problems, and that destroys people.
So how are they living today?
How are they living? I call it poverty. I don't think I have a sister that owns her own home. They just rent trailers and move a lot.
Do you keep in contact with them?
Yeah, I loan them money every once in a while. They always pay me back.
Are you proud to be white?
Yeah, I'm proud
Would you be proud to be a nigger?
Okay.
If I was black,
If you was black, you'd be proud to be black. That's okay.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be proud of your race. You ain't supposed to mix it up and shame it. You're supposed to be proud of it, and that's what you are. So you are a racist. You just don't know it.
I'm not racist.
So what
You
are
are
you?
a racist.
No.
She don't want to have to go to school with them, but she has to. So she can't don't be mean to them.
I don't care if I go to school with them. I don't care.
I say, friend, do you think I'll ever get there? Oh, but he just stands there smiling, nothing but time. But I'll be waiting for heaven.
How have you been brought up?
They like try to get me to be racist and all, you know, but I'm not really racist. I'm the only one in the family who's pretty much not racist.
How did they try?
I don't know, it's just like how they act, and they expect us to act the same way, like to discriminate against everyone who's not white. But I like everybody.
If you're brought up by parents and grandparents who teach you something, that whites are better than blacks, for example, and that Jews are evil people, that you don't think the same.
I've just always been against it, and I think I don't discriminate against anybody, you know. Everybody's the same in my eyes, you know.
But where do you think you got your ideas from?
I don't know, they just always been there, I don't know.
And how did your parents react?
Well, they say that I'm not old enough yet, and they say when I grow up I'll finally realize them, you know, but I don't think so.
When Becky told you that she didn't share your beliefs, how did you react?
I don't think Becky said she didn't share our beliefs. I don't think she said that.
So how did you?
I think Becky's saying Becky don't believe in, Becky don't want to hurt no one's feelings, she don't want to insult people, and she won't do it.
What does your boyfriend think?
He goes with my family. He's racist too.
Yeah?
Mhm.
And what do you think about that?
I think that he's gonna have to change his attitude about that, because I don't go for that.
But if she says that she is not a racist...
It don't matter what she says, she's a baby.
And you all say, yes, you are a racist, you're not respecting her.
It's our job to teach her. We respect her, but it's our job to teach her. You teach your children. Don't you teach your children right from wrong? We teach our children right from wrong.
But what is being a racist to you?
Being a racist is being proud of what you are. If you're a white man and you're proud to be white, then you're a racist. If you don't want to mix and mingle with niggers, then you're a racist. But if you mix with niggers, then you're a race traitor, so you're not a racist.
Do you think that black and
I
white...
think it's all right to be proud of what you are.
There's a lot of black racists.
Every one of them, all niggers are racist.
Than we are.
Do you think that black people are as good as white people?
They're not as smart as white people, no. But that ain't my fault.
How would you describe the difference between white people and black people?
Black people are dumber than white people.
So when Homer says that black people are dumber than white, what do you think?
It's not true. I mean, there's white people that are dumb, and I mean, a lot of people can be dumb, but it don't matter what race they are.
The way you read the Bible is that the races should be living separately.
Of course. The Bible plainly tells us that we should be separated.
Doesn't Jesus also say that you should love every living human being?
Well, I don't look at Negroes as human beings. I mean, because we brought them over here and learned them how to talk, don't make them humans.
And how do you look at Jews?
Jews?
Are they human beings?
They're the devil. That's what the Bible tells us. Jews are the devil.
And when your grandfather says that the Bible says that there are different races and that one race is better than the others?
Well, he'll go by like one thing in the Bible, but then, you know, there's other things in the Bible that, you know, he just doesn't even go over, you know, so he'll just like take the Bible and pick out what he wants, you know, and so that's not right.
Do you think that the KKK is going to grow and be much bigger than it is now?
Well, it probably will, because there's a lot of racist people, probably more than there is non-racist that I can think of, but it probably will.
So what do you think of that?
I think it should be against the law to be in a Klan and stuff, because it's stupid and
But then your parents and your grandparents would go to jail.
Yeah, they would just have to learn a lesson. Y'all aren't bad. Y'all just think funny.
We're nice to everybody we meet. You've never seen us be mean to nobody.
I didn't say y'all was mean.
I know. I'm just explaining to you what about racist. Racist is just something the government tries to trick people into thinking it's real bad. We're not bad people.
My sister, she's just scared to hurt anybody. She don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But that's just how most people are. Most people don't like niggers and Mexicans. They just say they do because they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
So what about your friends at school?
Oh, they're racist. And I go to school in a school with half Mexicans, but I don't hang out with them. And my friends don't hang out with them.
Do you think that you could fall in love with a black guy?
Who knows?
What would your father say?
He would probably kill me. But I don't think I would because the Bible does say, stay with your own race, you know. So.
What do you say?
The Bible says to stay with your own race. So.
Yeah, so you believe in that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They are teaching their children and grandchildren to be members of the Klan too?
I think that's very sad. You know, there's a lot of things going on throughout this world today that they're teaching young people to bring them up that I don't agree with. But that's something that each class of people, each religion, have to make their own personal decisions. And we allow that in America. But when I can swing my arms any way that I like, but my rights to do that stop that far from your nose. So that's the way we do things in America. I have the right to stand up and say what I feel and what I believe, but when it becomes a physical harm to another citizen, then that's when the law has to step in.
Klu Klux Klan har enligt polis och myndigheter förlorat i inflytande, tvärt emot vad Darlene säger, de senaste åren. Rasismen har inte minskat, tvärtom. Men andra, lite mer rumsrena organisationer har tagit klanens plats.
Their power and the effect that they have on American society is certainly decreased.
So where does the big threat come from today?
The big threat comes from groups like the National Alliance, from neo-Nazi groups, from skinhead groups, from various groups that subscribe to an array of ideologies. But number one, they advocate education, and they have a different reputation. They're not the Klan that have so much baggage from before.
So tired, babe. Being your slave both night and day.
You ain't no better than these two communist scumbags over here. You ain't no better than these niggers in Somerville. And you ain't no better than the low-life Mexicans we got hanging around in Gainesville.
För drygt 10 år sedan så besökte jag Darlene Carver, mamma och mormor, som såg som sin främsta uppgift i livet att lära sina barn och barnbarn rasism och hat mot svarta och judar.
And was it hard to
ur sig fördomar hela tiden? Det var så här hatisk, obehaglig miljö verkligen. Och den stora frågan var alltså, hur gick det för barnbarnen?
here.
To convince your children to participate?
They were small then. Brooke was just a small baby, just a little bitty baby. And so, you know, they went to rallies and demonstrations, things with us, so they just followed in behind us, and I guess they liked it.
Då jobbade Darlene som telefonist och familjen bodde i Gainesville i Georgia. Darlenes man Daniel, han hade dömts för diverse våldsamheter och förbjudits att framträda offentligt. Så därför hade Darlene fått en mer aktiv roll i klanen, som de kallade den.
And you ain't no better than the low-life Mexicans we got hanging around in Gainesville.
To me, when I hear you, you know, I get to...
Your place is a white lady to be protecting the race that you gave birth to.
We're going to have to go home and retrain these children that they're not supposed to sleep on the sidewalk and eat out of a garbage can.
Are you proud to be white? You're supposed to be proud of your race. You ain't supposed to mix it up and shame it.
So this is my favorite one. And then, you know, the nicest one is the cross.
When 10% of the white men in this country join together under the name of the Ku Klux Klan, the niggers will be jumping in the ocean trying to swim back to Africa.
Jo, jag läste en gång om en mormor i en tidning som hade tagit som sin livsuppgift att uppfostra sina barnbarn till att bli medlemmar i Ku Klux Klan. De skulle alltså lära sig att hata judar och svarta och invandrare bland annat. Jag gjorde ett reportage om den här kvinnan när barnen var små. Hon sydde såna här små vita Ku Klux Klan-kåpor till dem och tog med dem på såna här otäcka korsbränningar som vi var med och filmade. Och sen 10 år efteråt så åkte jag tillbaka för att se hur det hade gått. Blev barnbarnen medlemmar i Ku Klux Klan eller blev de inte det? Och jag kan säga att det är det absolut värsta reportage jag någonsin gjort. Jag mådde så fruktansvärt dåligt av att vara i den här miljön där alla bara spottade